She said, "You're overreacting. It was just a lap dance." After her friends sent me the full video, I didn't say a word. I just moved on. Now she's at my parents' house crying because I won't answer. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. I'm what you'd call a planner. I'm a structural engineer. My entire life is about calculating load, managing stress, and making sure the foundations are sound. I'm Yermidokus. I've been with Chloe for 4 years, and I've spent those years building what I thought was a solid, stable life for us. Our condo, the one I put 20% down on, is in my name, but she's on the lease, and we've always called it our home. The last 6 months, I've been pulling 6 0-hour weeks. I'm the lead on a new municipal bridge project, and the overtime has been brutal. But the bonus was going to be huge. Chloe saw it as bragging rights money for a trip to Ibiza. I saw it as the last payment on an engagement ring. She's in marketing. She's the opposite of me. All flash, all energy, the kind of person who is the center of every room she enters. I'm the quiet guy in the corner. She kisses at the end of the night. It always worked. I was her foundation. She was my everything else. This all started on a Saturday. Chloe's friend Jessica was getting married, and it was the night of her bachelorette party. I was at the kitchen island, half reviewing a schematic and half watching her get ready. She was in a dress that was more club than dinner, but she looked incredible. "Are you sure you don't mind me going?" she asked, adjusting a strap. She was already buzzing. "It's going to be a wild night. Jessica is a total degenerate, you know." I smiled. "It's Jessie's big send-off. Go have fun." I looked at her and tried to make it a joke. Try not to end up on a Girls Gone Wild reboot. She laughed a high, excited sound. No promises. "Love you. Don't wait up." She kissed me. A fast, performative peck that smelled like hairspray and sweet vodka. And then she was gone. I remember shaking my head, amused. I trusted her. I really did. I hated the idea of being that guy, the controlling, insecure boyfriend who gives his girlfriend a curfew. She loved attention, but I'd always told myself it was harmless. She was with me, the boring, stable engineer. I worked for another hour, then did the responsible thing. I transferred my half of the month's bills to our joint account, added a little extra for her party fund, and went to bed thinking about bridge supports and diamond cuts. I woke up alone on Sunday. That was expected. The apartment was still and the late morning sun was cutting through the blinds. I was making coffee, expecting Chloe to stumble in any minute hungover, smelling like a bar and full of stories she'd exaggerate for my benefit. My phone buzzed on the granite countertop. It was a number I didn't recognize. A text from a Sarah. I frowned. Sarah. Then it clicked. Jessica's cousin. I'd met her once at a barbecue. Wyatt? Seemed nice. The text was a gut punch. "Sarah David, this is Sarah Jessica's cousin. I don't know you well, and I'm probably setting my family on fire by doing this, but I've seen how Chloe talks to you. You don't deserve this. She's telling everyone you're basically a doormat and would never have the guts to leave her. This was last night. I'm sorry." My blood went cold. Our doormat. Before I could even process that, a second message came through from Sarah. It was just a video file. I set my coffee mug down. My hand was perfectly steady. I tapped the screen. It was 2 minutes long. It wasn't a lap dance. It was Chloe visibly drunk on a small raised stage at the club. The stripper was in a neon thong and Chloe wasn't getting a lap dance. She was giving one. She was straddling the guy, grinding on him, her hands locked behind his head. Her dress was hiked up so high, it was basically a belt. The wild part wasn't even that. It was when she grabbed his head and pulled him in, kissing him a full open-mouthed sloppy kiss. And the audio was the worst part. Her friends were screaming, throwing money. I could hear Jessica's voice clear as day yelling, "Get it, girl. Get that new D." And Chloe just laughed and kissed him again. My entire world tilted. The 4 years, the bridge project, the ring. I felt nothing. Just a cold, empty, structural failure. I watched it again then a third time, just to be sure. I wasn't in shock. I was just done. The ick was so profound, so absolute. It was like a light switch being flipped off. The front door clicked open. Chloe stumbled in looking like a wreck. Her hair was a matted nest. Her makeup was smeared and she was carrying her high heels in one hand. She reeked of stale booze and someone else's perfume. "Morning," I said. My voice was perfectly level. She tossed her keys on the counter. "Oh my God, so wild," she groaned, rubbing her temples. "Jess is an absolute mess. My head is splitting. We just danced and drank way too much." I looked at her. The first lie. A lie of omission. That's all. I asked, my voice still quiet, just dancing. She stopped, finally sensing my tone. "Yeah, why? What's with the third degree? You're not my dad." I heard there were strippers, I said. She let out a short, forced laugh. It was sharp and defensive. "Oh yeah, of course. It's a bachelorette party. I got a lap dance. Everyone did. It's not a big deal." The second lie, minimizing, "Just a lap dance," I repeated. It wasn't a question. She finally turned to look at me. Her eyes narrowed. The hungover fun girl was gone. And the defensive me one was here. Yes, just a lap dance. What, are you going to be one of those guys now? God, she spat. You're overreacting. It's just what girls do. It didn't mean anything. Stop being so insecure. And there it was. The gaslighting, the dismissal, the insult. I was the problem. My insecurity. I didn't show her the video. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse her of kissing him or letting her friends mock me. I didn't need to. She had just shown me exactly who she was. She was the person who would do that, and I was the doormat who was supposed to stop being insecure and just accept it. A cold, beautiful calm settled over me. The engineer in my head took over. The foundation was compromised. The structure was a total loss. It was time for a controlled demolition. I just looked at her. Okay, I said, Chloe seemed to take that as a victory. Okay, that's it. Good. I'm going to go die in the shower. The moment I heard the water running, I went into our bedroom. I took my suitcase from the top of the closet. I didn't grab the ring box. It was in the back of my sock drawer. I pulled it out, looked at the 1.5 carat princess cut I'd spent a year saving for, and slipped it into the pocket of my jacket. Not with sadness, with relief. It was an investment I'd just saved. I packed my suitcase with the methodical calm of a man going on a 3-day business trip. A week's worth of clothes, my work laptop and hard drives, my passport, my birth certificate, and our financial statements from the file cabinet. I went to the desk, took my personal checkbook, and wrote a check to Chloe for my half of the next month's rent plus utilities. I didn't want her to have a single financial hook in me. This was a severance. I tore the check out, walked to the kitchen island, and placed it on the granite counter where I'd left my coffee mug. Then I took my key off my keyring, the key to the condo, the key to the mailbox. I placed them neatly on top of the check. I walked to the bathroom door. The shower was still running. I'm going out. I said my voice loud enough to be heard over the water. Whatever, she yelled back, her voice muffled. Don't be grumpy when I get out. Grumpy. That's what she thought. That this was a mood. Sulk. That the doormat was just a little ruffled. I walked out of the condo and didn't look back. I didn't go to my parents. I didn't go to a friend's. I drove to a Hilton off the interstate, checked in using my personal card, and walked into the anonymous beige room. I sat on the end of the bed, took out my phone and turned it off. I spent the next 48 hours in silence. I sat with it. I sat with the humiliation of the video, the way she kissed him, the way her friends cheered, but mostly I sat with the sound of her voice in our kitchen. You're overreacting. Stop being so insecure. That was the real betrayal. The video was just the evidence. Her lie was the verdict. Sarah's text was the key. She thinks you're a doormat. She thinks you'd never have the guts. I didn't grieve Chloe. I grieved the 4 years I'd invested in a faulty structure. I grieved my own blindness. The 1,000 small compromises I'd made. The 1,000 times I brushed off her harmless need for attention. I wasn't heartbroken. I was just awake. On Tuesday morning, I turned my phone on. It was a digital explosion. 38 missed calls over 100 texts. I made a plan. First, I blocked her number. Then I went through the texts and blocked every member of the bachelorette party. Jessica, some other girl named Becca, all of them. Second, I opened my laptop and drafted an email to our landlord. I gave my official 30-day notice, explained I was moving out and that Chloe would be solely responsible for the lease or would be vacating at the end of the next cycle. I attached a PDF of the check I'd left her showing she had my final month's payment. Clean professional. Third, I called my parents. Hey mom, I said when she picked up. David, I was worried. We haven't heard from you all week. I'm fine, mom. I'm okay. Listen, I need to tell you something. Chloe and I are done. We're over. It's bad and it's final. There was a silence. My mother, God love her, knew not to pry for details. Okay, honey. Are you safe? Yes. I'm at a hotel. I've already handled the apartment. I need a few days. Please just let dad know. And I need you to promise me you won't answer the phone if she calls. Of course, she said, her voice turning firm. Of course you take care of you. We're here. I hung up feeling 100 pounds lighter. Before I blocked Chloe's number, I made the mistake or the blessing of reading the text chain. It was a perfect real-time log of her unraveling. It was the story of an empress realizing her entire kingdom was one man and he just abdicated. Sunday 3:15 p.m. While I was checking in, where are you? Your car is gone? Are you seriously still mad? Sunday 7:40 p.m. While I was eating a club sandwich. Okay, I see the check. This is insane. You're leaving me over a joke. A stupid party. Call me now, David. This isn't funny. Sunday 1:50 p.m. While I was sleeping, this is emotional abuse. You can't just leave. You're a child. I'm calling your mother. Monday 9:02 a.m. While I was at a Starbucks planning, fine, stay out, see how you like it. You'll be back by tomorrow. Monday 4:18 p.m. David, please. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Just come home and we can talk. This is crazy. Tuesday, 8:59 a.m. Just before I turn the phone on. You bastard. The landlord just emailed me. You're leaving me. You're leaving me with the lease. After everything I've done for you, you're a coward. And that was it. Not a single I kissed a guy or I lied. It was all, you're leaving me. The flying monkeys were next. A text from Jessica, which I read just before blocking her. Jessica, dude, what's your problem? Chloe's a wreck. You're being so cruel. She made one stupid mistake and you're destroying her. She loves you. You're the one who is supposed to be the mature one. This is on you. This is on you. I almost laughed. I tapped block. I was about to shut my phone off and head to the office when one last text came through. It was Sarah, the cousin. Sarah, hey, just saw you're not on social media, so you probably haven't seen it. Chloe knows I sent you the video. Her whole girl squad is attacking me online, calling me a snake and a jealous. Jessica is leading the charge. Just confirms I did the right thing. Good luck, David. You better off. I stared at that text. That was her karma. In her desperation to control the narrative, Chloe had set her rabid friends on the one person who told the truth. She hadn't just lost me. She was a queen without a doormat. And now her own toxic court was on fire. I sent Sarah a single reply. Thank you. You did. Then I put my phone on silent, got movers to grab my furniture from the condo while Chloe was at work, and signed a lease on a new, smaller, one-bedroom apartment across town. It was all mine. The foundation was sound. A week went by, a full, quiet, blessedly silent week. I had movers, get the rest of my things, the sofa, the desk, my TV, while Chloe was at her marketing job. I was officially in a new, smaller, one-bedroom apartment across town. It was mine. The lease only had my name. The silence was mine. I was focusing on work. I was hitting the gym. I was sleeping. I'd taken the ring to a jeweler, sold it back for 60% of what I paid, and put the money into an index fund, a new foundation. I felt lighter. I was breathing air that wasn't contaminated with her. I was in my office running stress calculations for the new bridge when my phone rang. It was my mother. I picked up immediately. Hey mom, everything okay? David. Her voice was high and nervous. David. Honey, are you okay? Yeah, Mum. I'm fine. I'm at the office. Why? You sound stressed. There was a heavy sigh on the other end. She's here. Who's here? But I already knew. My stomach didn't drop. It just hardened. Chloe, she's here at our house. She's on the front porch. And David, she's been ringing the bell for 10 minutes straight. She's crying. Your father is standing at the door and told her to leave, but she's just making a scene. He's about to call the police. The audacity, the sheer radioactive audacity to fail in every attempt to contact me. So she escalates to this. To bring her mess to my family, to the quiet suburban street I grew up on, to try and leverage my mother's sympathy and my father's anger against me. She wasn't a heartbroken woman. She was a tactical manipulator who had just run out of levers and was now trying to light the whole control panel on fire. Don't call the police, I said, my voice cold. I was already grabbing my jacket. I'm on my way. Do not let her in the house. I'll handle it. I hung up, told my boss I had a family emergency, and walked out. The 20-minute drive was a blur. I wasn't angry. I wasn't sad. I was just an engineer on his way to condemn a dangerous, unstable structure. I pulled up to my childhood home and there she was. The title of the scene was exactly as advertised. Chloe was a complete wreck, crumpled on the bottom step of my parents' porch. She was in stained grey sweatpants, a hoodie I didn't recognize, and her hair was in a greasy matted bun. Her face was red, blotchy, and swollen. This was not the hot girl from the club. This was the raw, pathetic reality. My father, a man of few words and immovable principles, was standing in the open doorway, his arms crossed over his chest. He wasn't yelling. He was just a wall. The second my car door opened, Chloe's head snapped up. A jolt of something hope desperation ran through her, and she ran at me. David, she sobbed, her voice cracking. Oh my God, finally you're here. I've been so worried. You blocked me. You just vanished. I didn't know if you were okay. The lie was so reflexive, so pathetic. I almost felt a sting of pity. I crushed it. Chloe, you need to leave, I said. My voice was calm. Hold. No, listen. Please. She tried to grab my arm. I stepped back. I didn't know what else to do. You won't talk to me, David. I'm sorry. Okay? I'm so sorry. It was a mistake. It was stupid. I was drunk. It meant nothing. I know. I said. That stopped her. The practiced frantic apology just died in her throat. You do. You know it meant nothing. Yes, I said, looking her dead in the eyes. I know it meant nothing to you. Our relationship, my respect, our future, that all meant nothing in that moment. You've made that perfectly clear. No, that's not true, she cried, the desperation coming back. I love you. It was just a stupid dance. You said I was overreacting. I said my voice flat, just stating a fact. But you hadn't told me the truth. You said it was just a lap dance. You didn't mention you were kissing him. You didn't mention your friends were joking about you getting nude. You didn't just betray me, Chloe. You lied to my face and then tried to make me feel stupid for being hurt by the lie you did tell. Her face changed. The desperation and the tears vanished, replaced by a flash of pure, undiluted fury. Her true colors were ugly. That she hissed, her voice dropping to a growl. That snake, Sarah. She sent you the video, didn't she? She was always jealous of me. And there it was. The final nail. Not I'm sorry I did it, but I'm sorry you saw it. I almost smiled. She just set me free. It doesn't matter who sent it, I said. I saw it. I saw you. And I saw you lie about it. The anger faded and the raw panic returned. She played the wrong card and knew it. Okay, fine. I messed up. I lied. But 4 years, David, you're throwing away 4 years over one night. You're just going to walk away from us. No, I said. I'm not walking away. I've already moved on. My things are out of the condo. I'm off the lease. Our joint accounts are closed. There is no us to walk away from. We're done. That's when she truly broke. No, please, she shrieked, lunging forward and grabbing the front of my jacket. You can't. I can't afford the condo on my own. David, please. I'll do anything. I'll go to therapy. I'll. Just don't do this to me. I looked down at her hands on my jacket. Then I calmly, deliberately unhooked her fingers one by one and stepped back. That's not my problem anymore, I said. You're right. It was 4 years, and I'm not throwing them away. I'm learning from them. My biggest lesson is what I'm not willing to accept. And this, you, is what I'm not willing to accept. The mask was gone. The true, ugly, rotten foundation was exposed. You bastard, she screamed, her voice echoing down the quiet street. You selfish bastard. You think you're so perfect. You'll never find anyone. You're boring. You're safe. I was the best thing that ever happened to you. Goodbye, Chloe, I said. I turned my back on her. Don't ever come to my family's home again. I walked away from her up the path. My dad was still in the doorway, but his arms weren't crossed anymore. He looked at me, and he gave me a single proud nod. I walked past him into the house. I heard her scream my name one more time, a sound of pure, frustrated rage. Then the front door clicked shut behind me, sealing off the sound. I walked into the kitchen. My mom was at the table, wringing her hands, her face a mask of worry. I sat down across from her, and for the first time in 4 years, I took a deep, clean breath. I was free. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.